Hey guys, my name is Matimio, and today I decided to go back and played some Battlefield 3 because apparently that's where all the cool kids are right now. DICE and EA recently had a little special on Origin where if you picked up Battlefield 3 and you downloaded it before June 3rd, so the window has passed us now, but if you downloaded it before June 3rd, you owned Battlefield 3 forever. It wasn't like a free weekend thing like you see every once in a while on Steam with their little deals and updates. No, you pick it up on Origin before June 3rd, you own the game forever. And this has been probably one of the best things for at least the Battlefield 3 community because there are just an incredible amount of servers right now. I don't know the exact numbers by any means, but at least comparing the server numbers compared to Battlefield 4 and Battlefield 3 and just how many full servers are compared between the two games, I think that there are more people playing right now Battlefield 3 compared to the most recent title. And that, in my opinion, is incredible. Like Battlefield 3 in my mind and in my heart was one of the best Battlefield games of all time. It did have its problems at the beginning of the game, like it was not flawless, it was nowhere near as bad as Battlefield 4's launch, but it wasn't a flawless game to begin with. But to DICE's credit, they have updated the game, they had some amazing expansion packs, some amazing DLC content, and it resulted in one of the better Battlefield titles that we've ever had. And the fact that they then gave it free for all of their users, all of their Origin users, whoever wanted to pick it up, was a very smart move in my opinion. You guys know that the image of Battlefield 4 has been tarnished a little bit with the most recent update. The launch of Battlefield 4 was awful. It was probably one of the worst launch titles for a first-person shooter that I've ever experienced. Like it was a nightmare. It was riddled with bugs. It was crashing continuously. Like consoles were even crashing, and that doesn't even make sense. Like when you put a console in, or when you put a disc into your console, you assume that it's going to be flawless, and it's supposed to be flawless because that's what console gaming is all about. You put it in, and you're gonna have a smooth and enjoyable gameplay experience. But that wasn't the case with Battlefield 4. And I know that EA has said that the launch of Battlefield 4 had no impact on their sales. Their marketing team must have done a phenomenal job with the whole Levolution thing and destruction, and they said that they sold just as many copies as they were hoping for, and that this isn't going to affect future sales. And admittedly, that could have been very true. Like Battlefield 4's launch may not have had any effect on their projections of how many they were going to sell for the current game, but I have a feeling that this is going to affect the future of Battlefield sales, like Battlefield Hardline, Battlefield 5, or like Bad Company 3, because people are going to remember how atrocious the launch of Battlefield 4's launch was, or at least I'm hoping people are going to remember. I'm hoping that consumers of video games are going to remember how poorly they were treated and how poorly the launch of Battlefield 4 was, and take that in consideration when they're pre-ordering, or hopefully not even pre-ordering, or when they're thinking about picking up the next Battlefield title. And the reason why I bring this up is that while they can't go back and change what happened during the launch of the game, sadly we do not have technology to go back in time, but what they can do is PR moves like this where they give, in my opinion, one of the best Battlefield titles of all time free to all of their Origin users. Like giving an amazing game like this, where admittedly they're probably not getting a whole lot of revenue out of it anymore. There probably isn't a whole lot of people buying Battlefield 3 right now, but just giving it free to all of their users and to enjoy that is a great PR move. It makes EA look better. It makes the Battlefield franchise look a little bit better. People are going to jump on into that and be like, holy moly, this is one of the best Battlefield games, or this is one of the best first-person shooters on the market. Why am I not playing Battlefield more often? Like, in my mind, it was a very smart move. And what's amazing about this is that it's also just bringing a ridiculous amount of fresh blood into the franchise. Like I was playing the other day, I jumped into like a 64-man conquest, and I looked at the scoreboard, and everyone was around rank 1 to 20. There was a couple of high-ranking guys like me and a couple of others, but for the most part, like out of a 64-man server, almost 99% of them were rank 1 to rank 20. I think like the highest one I saw was like rank 22. And the result of this is that we now have all this fresh blood being pumped into the series, and as long as DICE, as long as EA and Visceral Games is able to create an experience and create a quality Battlefield product from here on out, you now have a dedicated, or you have a much larger player base who is now enjoying the Battlefield series and is more likely to now pick up the next Battlefield title. And so, a long story short, I know I've been sort of rambling around here, is that this is a great PR move on the part of EA. Like normally, I would not praise EA for anything. Like I think that EA, for the most part, they produce a lot of great games, but when it gets down to the business aspect of things, they are known for doing some pretty shady business practices. But this one in particular is awesome. It brings more people into the Battlefield franchise, it gets more people involved, and if they enjoy Battlefield from a PR standpoint, and especially if they enjoy Battlefield 3, they're probably more likely to pick up a future Battlefield title. So from that standpoint, it was very smart, but also just from a consumer standpoint, it's also amazing. Like, who doesn't want to have free, great games? Like, as I've been saying throughout today's video, I kind of feel like a broken record. Battlefield 3, in my opinion, was one of the best in the franchise, and to give that free to everyone is awesome. Like, who doesn't want that? And so, great PR move on the part of EA. I know that's weird to say because usually they're not known for that. And at the same time, just awesome for Battlefield in general and for consumers who just wanted to get involved with the series. But yeah, guys, that is about it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you thought about this whole free event. Do you like that more companies are now going down this path? I think that Sniper Elite 2 was free the other day on Steam because they're trying to promote the next title that's coming out in the next couple of days or the next couple of weeks. So it seems like more companies are going down this path, and I think it's a very smart one. So I'd love to know what you think down below. But until tomorrow, have a good one and take it easy.